Hey, Jason Palliser here with the No Flipping Excuses channel. And this video is to go over how to start negotiating a short sale with the bank. Okay. And again, if you've watched any of my videos, I always like to lay the foundation and so you understand where we're starting from. And then we start to dissect it so that you can have a clear-cut understanding and clarity on what we need to do to make that happen, right? So how do we put ourselves in a position to start negotiating a short sale with the bank? So let's talk about that. What are we talking about here? We're talking about a homeowner that's in a situation to where they owe more or right up to the value of the house. So at a glance, there's no intrinsic reason why you would spend time trying to help that homeowner if, from an investment standpoint, because why would you buy a property to literally not walk into any equity from it? Any good red-blooded American investor would at least want to make a profit on it, right? So at a glance, most investors, because this takes a little bit of work, most investors will just walk away from this type of lead, but I don't want you to do that. So the foundation that we're laying here is this. A property owner owes more on the property than what it's currently worth in the marketplace. So let's just say they owe $120,000 on the house. And in an example that we're using, and I always pick on a fictitious house address at 123 Candy Lane. And at 123 Candy Lane, the house is worth 100, but they owe 120. So that is a situation where at a glance, it doesn't look like, and let's say they're marching to, they pre-foreclosure, they're marching towards foreclosure because they're in a pickle. At a glance, most investors would simply just walk away from this lead because there's no equity in it. They don't see the win-win solution here. So what do we need to do? We need to establish with the homeowner, hey, look, we know you're in a situation. We know the house at a glance looks like it's upside down. You owe more than what it's worth. So it really doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense to sell it because the banks, as it stands right now, wanting their 120 grand. So what we'd like to do, right? So you're going to have the conversation with the owner. What I'd like to do here is simply this. I'd like permission with you. We'll fill out an authorization release information form so that we can send that to your bank so that they know it's okay. And we'll call them together. And so they know it's okay for you to talk to us or for us to talk to them. I'm sorry. So for us to talk to them, right? And because what we're going to do is we're going to establish a phone call and ask for the right person to talk to. It's usually the non-performing asset department, and or if they've turned it over pre-foreclosure wise to the bank's foreclosure attorney. So back and forth between the non-performing asset department and or the bank's foreclosure attorneys to start the process to negotiate a smaller payoff, right? And so what we want to do is talk to the right people. And once we've established that, is build our case to talk to the bank and have them come to an understanding that maybe they should accept a lower payoff on this property. Now, if you've watched any of the videos before, I don't want you to get lost here or lose interest because you're like, wait a minute, Jason, this doesn't make sense to me logically. Why would a bank just say, yeah, sure, I'll take less of a payoff for the bank? Again, so let's establish it, and then we're going to put the pieces in place to present it to the bank properly. So stick with me. So why would they do that? If you've watched anything on what we've been teaching you on our No Flipping Excuses channel, you know already that banks want to get these delinquent loans off of their books. They want to either get the loans current or get them foreclosed on, in some fashion, get them off of their books because the bank's performance on the portfolio that they lent out and how many delinquencies they've had is directly related to how much more money they can lend out in the marketplace. Don't know if you're aware of that. So it is in their best interest to get the loan current or get it off the books come hell or high water. Because that could be affecting them borrowing their next 20 million, 30 million to lend out. Think about this, just logically on your end. What if you were the decision maker at the bank, and because right now you have some delinquent loans on your books, some of them are upside down like we're talking about here, and so there's really no, at a glance, it doesn't look good. But because of those delinquencies, you're going to borrow money instead of from the Federal Reserve at 3%, you got to borrow it at 3.6, 20, 30, 40, $50 million. You understand that's astronomical interest increase that you're borrowing that money at to lend back out in the marketplace. That's a problem. So this is one reason why the banks might have a motivation to accept a lower payoff. Here are things that you may not know. Again, establishing this so that we can put the pieces in place. Here's one thing, and as soon as I say this, I bet a light bulb's going to go off, right? Smarter investor alert. Once this is in your brain, it's just keep it trapped in there forever so that you operate on a higher level than your competition. What you may not have remembered if you've done any home loans on property that you've bought in the past. Okay. And if you like what we're talking about, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for sure to the channel. But listen to me. A lot of these loans on the books at the banks, and again, speaker on guidelines. So I'm going to speak as plain English as I can to have you understand. If you don't put 20% down, chances are the bank is going to require you when you go to buy a property, you or any other homeowner. If you don't put 20% down, they're going to have you also pay for mortgage insurance, just like you have car insurance, just in case there's an accident. What do you think mortgage insurance is for? They're saying, hey, you don't have 20% down that makes us comfortable to give you the best interest rate in the marketplace and give you a really rock solid loan. We're still willing to lend to you, but since you don't have 20% down, we're going to throw on top of your payment and your taxes and insurance, mortgage insurance. And so if they have mortgage insurance on the loan that they provided, if they take a loss on it, they have insurance against it. If you have insurance against the loan, which ensures that you're really not going to, even if an oopsie happens, that you're not going to, you're kind of insulated risk-wise, then they have the ability to accept a lower payoff as well. So they have a motivation to get the loans that are bad off the books to get back in good financial standing from a delinquency standpoint so they can lend out more money. Okay. And then they may have mortgage insurance on it. So they can take a swift kick to the knee and still insulate that risk because of the insurance that was placed on that loan. Okay. So there's some things in place that will allow them to accept a lower amount. Now, having said that, hey, while you're learning, stop for a second and get the book, The Art of Flipping Deals. Here's how easy it is. Just go to the website, theflippingbook.com, and what you're going to have is an instant download on how we flip deal after deal after deal with predictability that others can't find. Let's establish how we want you to put your best foot forward. So listen to me. We're going to put our best foot forward and make an offer to get a shorter payoff. They owe 120. You may say, hey, we want you to accept 70,000. Now, if you just say, hey, can you just accept 70,000? The chances are the bank's going to go, no. But if you paint the picture, which is take pictures of the house, every conceivable little thing that needs to be fixed on that house is like even as minuscule, minute that you might think, you want to document it. Because what you're going to do is you're going to submit to the bank, hey, I know 120 is owed, but it needs this fix, this fix, this fix, this fix, this fix. And then you can also establish in the marketplace, hey, the average days on market here is 65, 70 days. You're basically painting the picture, hey, look, if you go ahead and foreclose on this and have to list it, you're still going to be holding the bag for another 60 days, 70 days. So you're starting to paint the picture. So what you do is you document all the things that are wrong. You also have the homeowner put together a hardship letter. Hey, this is what's happened, and we owe more than it's worth, and we've had this going on, this going on, this going on. We don't really have a way to make the payment. So you write what we call a hardship letter. You document all the things that need to be fixed on the house because banks are in business to lend money, not do home improvements. Did you hear what I said? Banks are in business to lend money and collect payments back and collect the interest. They're not in business to take trips to Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay. Shout out to Home Depot and Lowe's there. Now, you present that, and that's where you can get them to wiggle on what they'll accept as a payoff. Remember, they have other motivations that most investors don't know about. Their ability to lend out more money is directly related to how healthy their portfolio is as far as making payments on time. And it also could have, the loan in question could have mortgage insurance on it, which it's there for bank protection. Okay. And so those are a few reasons why they may accept a lower payoff. So when most investors would walk away from this type of lead, you as a pro who are being trained to put your best foot forward and present yourself well to the banks to ask for a shorter payoff, you make a deal happen where other people just walk away. Oh, they're upside down. I know the bank's not going to wiggle, but you put your best foot forward and the bank may say, yeah, we'll go ahead and accept 70. So now you close on a transaction, walk into $30,000 in equity, cash flow the deal, wholesale it to somebody else, do whatever you want to do. But you did what you needed to do to win the game. I hope this is sinking in. Don't walk away from these leads. That's what beginners do. Okay? These are good leads. 98% of your competition will glance and go, I ain't dealing with that. When you could literally talk to the bank, spend 15 minutes taking photos, have a homeowner write a hardship letter on why they're in the situation, present it to the bank, go back and forth at the bank a little bit, and get $60,000 off on a payoff. I have one client who followed the step-by-step that we're doing here, and he got 180, I think it was like 180 something thousand off of the payoff. What does that tell you? The banks are motivated by other reasons that most investors don't know about, which is I need to get my delinquency, my loan delinquency in our portfolio that we lent out down so that we can borrow more money at a favorable rate. Is this sinking in? Are you getting it now? Okay. These are good leads. And by the way, when you help out a homeowner at this level, if I ever catch you, and I'm talking to you right now, if I ever catch you not getting a testimonial from them, because you helped them out at a level that no one, for the rest of their life, no one's probably going to help them on a real estate transaction more than what you did. If you don't get a testimonial so that every other lead you get in the future, see how we help Mr. and Mrs. Smith, then I'm coming for you. You got it? And I will stand next to you and be like, hey, let's do the opposite of what you just did. And I'll tell America, don't do this. Do the opposite of what just happened here, and you're going to make more money. And then when I do that and I publicly call you out, I bet you'll never make that mistake again. You help homeowners. You don't walk away from these type of leads. And then you get a testimonial from them. So every time you have a conversation to try and help a homeowner at a level that most people won't help them, you say, hey, look, talk to them. We just did the same thing for them. We're here to help you. This is how you close more transactions. This is how you take leads that most people throw away and turn them into a positive outcome from the homeowner and a absolute bona fide investor win for yourself. So if you like what we're dropping, drop us a nice comment, hit a like. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with other investors. And like I said, tell us more of what you're looking for. I'm literally going down a list right now of all the requests that I've trained 25,000 of you across America. I'm just going through all the requests right now and shooting videos. So tell us what you're looking for, okay? If you tell us what you're looking for, then we'll deliver it. What do you want? What do you need clarity on? We're here to help you, and we're here to work with you. We're here to be a partner with you and help you get to the winner's circle. So get after it. Don't throw away these leads. Stay tuned for some more good stuff coming. Bye.